Okay, we are going to be doing our first Photoshop tutorial right here. This will be on how to make a simple thumbnail in Legends. I'll do a higher quality one later. The first thing you want to do is just open up a 1920 by 1080 file. That'll be what thumbnails are made for. Then we'll go to Place Embedded. I don't think you'll be able to see my files, but I'm going into Gallery right now and I'm looking for screenshots from gameplay. What I do for PvP showcases is I take screenshots of gameplay or of like trailers and whatnot that are in the game, and I just make them real big. For my summon videos and whatnot, I do a little bit of a different process with like higher quality renders and whatnot, but this is what I do for showcases. Then first thing, obviously, we have to say what this is. So this is called Font Spring. That's what this font is called. And I believe this is the condensed heavy version. Font Spring, Rock Grotesque, condensed heavy. Okay, it's called Rock Grotesque. Sorry, Font Spring is the place I got it from. Then we type in PvP Showcase 2. Nice and simple. You don't want it that small though. So to make it bigger, because people are going to see it on their phone and whatnot. It has to be pretty readable, right? Then what I generally like to do is turn on guides. So normally I have guides for actual design, but if you just want to do guides for a thumbnail, all you really need is like one in the middle, so you can make sure everything's lined up correctly, because thumbnail, it's less precise for stuff like this. Next, we will go right here on the right. You will double click on the layer. You go to stroke. I've found the region of 12 looks right. This looks a little too thick actually. So the more text you have, the smaller you will make the thickness, because the smaller every individual letter will be, right? So because this has a 2, it'll probably have slightly less thickness than the last time I put one of these, which is when it just said PvP Showcase. Then you'll notice there's something missing that was in my last PvP Showcase thumbnail. It's a little gradient on the bottom. So we add another layer. We'll take a black color right here. By the way, how I'm doing this, if you hold Alt, when you're on brush, if you hold Alt and then right click and drag to the right, it gets big. Drag to the left, it gets smaller. And to change the hardness, you drag up and down. So down is hard, up is soft. Took me a long time to learn that, but it's super helpful, because rather than having to randomly guess a pixel amount, you just drag it around and it's right. So you just do something like this. You go, wow, this looks bad. But if you hold Alt and go between layers, click once, wow, this still looks bad, right? So the way you adjust it, probably move it down a bit, and then you change the opacity right here until you feel right. So you don't want a crazy gradient, but you want it to be present, right? Then you'll probably just mess around with that for a little bit. This looks a little much, so we'll put it at like 50. Maybe move it down a little more. The way you change intensity is basically move it down and change opacity. And now we're looking pretty solid. I'd say maybe 60. No, 50 was solid. Okay. We'll keep it like this. Yeah, I like this. And then you generally want something that'll showcase that it's Legends, right? So what I did in my last one is I took a little icon of the 7th anniversary celebration, but what you can also do is they have Dragon Ball Legends like master folders where everything from Dragon Ball Legends ever is in there. But I'm not going to do that, so let's pull it up. You in Google, let's see, Dragon Ball Legends 7th anniversary logo. Not sure if I want to see this tab, but if you can, then this is what I'm doing. Copy image, X, paste it right here. What I did for the last one is I put it above this layer, I put it right here. But you can experiment around. You can put it kind of wherever you want. And what I like to do with some other ones to add depth is you can try and hide part of it behind a front image. So like this, you can do that and it adds depth. So I will erase a bit of this guy. Oop, wrong layer. Yeah, probably like that. So he's still behind there. But this adds depth. You gotta make sure it's still recognizable though, that it's the 7th anniversary celebration. Something like that. And just like that, it's been, what, 5 minutes? And you have a nice, easy thumbnail. Nothing more else to say.